That's what counts. It's all about how we show up. What is success about, by the way? Two things. The first thing, Gwyneth, can we change back to the folder, please? Isn't working. Thank you. Okay, it's about two things. What is the two things about? Number one, please everyone write this down if you've got notepads or your journals, okay? Number one, success is about how you show up, okay? It's about how you show up. Today, you guys are showing up, okay? Number two, what is it about? It's how you follow through. I used to struggle with both of these things. Growing up, I used to always struggle with both of these things. Number one, I would struggle with showing up because I had too much lack of confidence. It would make me not show up. My belief system would not allow me to show up. So even though I believe the universe is trying to give me loads of signs and loads of opportunities, I was not able to show up and do my part. I was not able to grab the opportunities. The second part of it is if I manage to get my ass out of bed or do something uncomfortable, for example, attend some networking events to hopefully meet some people, to strike some deal or do some business or something, if I manage to get myself there, I would kind of back out of it very quickly. I don't know if anybody's ever done anything like that before. You kind of like, you go somewhere, it's a bit of an unfamiliar territory, you kind of feel a little bit anxious, nervous, I don't know what I'm doing here, I hope it's right, and I'm a little bit scared at the same time, and you exit before it gets to the end. How many of you, be honest here, are guilty of ever starting something and not completing it? Raise your hand nice and high. I think it's extremely important to address this at the beginning of this 5-day challenge. Is number one, not just about showing up, and I want you to write this down. It's not just about showing up, it's about the way you show up. It's about how you show up. There's many people who show up every single day, but it doesn't mean they become successful. It's the way we show up. Are you showing up to these 5 days in your pajamas right now? Are you showing up with your cameras off right now? Are you showing up with your camera on right now? Are you showing up stood up right now? Are you showing up sat down right now? Are you showing up lying down on your bed right now? Right? LaShawn said, I even put my makeup on. It's about how you show up. These are the universal principles, whether you like it or not. Universe can only respond to what you put out. How many of you believe in that, by the way? Right? The more you put out, the more you get back. If you are someone always hiding behind the scenes, but you say, yeah, but I was there, but the way you were there was different. So is it okay, while Sir Klein pulls out on this video, that everybody is showing up with full energy? What does full energy look like? Show me what full energy looks like. Yes! And I know some people here will be like, I'm not playing these games. You're not bullying me into raising my hand and saying yes. No, I'm not bullying you into doing anything. You are doing you. But there's also a saying that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. I mean, it's the learning's for you, it's not for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're here to learn, you want to get out something out of this, you got to learn about, hey, how am I showing up right now? You got to also ask yourself the question, we got 5 days, 5 hours minimum. Each day, 1 hour plus, 1 to 2 hours, okay? You got to ask yourself the question, are you going to be the winner who runs through the finish line? Are you going to be the winner who says, I'm not just committing today, when I dedicate myself to something, I complete what I start? How many of you are in with me on that one? Type, I am a winner inside the chat. right? This is your commitment. And again, your commitment is not to me, right? I believe today Sam told me, I can't even see because there's so many names and so many faces going on, but I believe Sam told me there's 17,000 people who are registered for this particular 5-day challenge. 17,000 people. You are showing up in amongst 17,000 people. I predict by the end, maybe in 5 days' time, it's not going to be 17,000 people. I believe there's probably going to be 14,000 people on the last day. That's what I predict. Because I don't believe that everybody follows through with their word. I don't believe everybody completes what they start. And if you don't complete what you start and you don't follow through with your word, actually, you will find that this 5-day light workers path to prosperity, this word here, or even light worker here, your light may only be this much, your prosperity may only just be this much. So if you are here for the 5 days light workers path to prosperity, then you need to be here. Number one, the way you show up needs to be good. Number two, the way you follow through and run through the finish line must be powerful. Now, first of all, some of your question may be, what is this challenge about? What are we all here for? What will you learn here? It's kind of to do with these two things. It says on the booklet, light worker and prosperity. I want to use a different word for both of these things. So hopefully you get it straight away. And I want you to write it down. The first word is what? The first word begins with an I. Impact. And the second word is what? Begins with an I. Income. Okay. Somebody said, I'm not sure if I got VIP link, Master, please. You're inside the VIP. I can see you inside the VIP group. So looks like you've already clicked on the link and you've arrived. Congratulations. Very important person. Thank you. Okay. So it looks like you've arrived. Okay. So impact and income. Light worker, prosperity. I want you guys to understand maybe why you're here. I don't believe anything happens by accident. I don't believe you accidentally saw this thing somewhere. I don't believe you accidentally clicked on an ad somewhere. I don't believe anything happens by accident. How many of you are in with me on this one? Right? I believe everything happens for a divine reason. Sometimes we may not be clear why, but once we embark on the journey, answer starts to reveal itself. Right? When we follow our intuition, when we follow our gut, things start to reveal itself. And what I realize is this thing here, impact, helps us solve this word here, a big word by the way. Can the team give me one that works? Thank you. Okay. This one here solves this word. What's the word? Purpose. Please write that down. Because if you are like me and you've ever asked that question in life, why are we all here? Why do we do what we do? What's the point in life? We just come here to work. We just come here to live and die. Is that it? How many of you ever asked any question like that before? Raise your hand nice and high. Why are we here? What's my purpose in life? I asked that question so much until I was 25, 26, and I asked myself that question so much that I fell into deep depression because I couldn't find meaning of life. Although I supposedly was successful. Somebody told me, make money and you'll be successful. I made money. I was like, but I'm lost. I had a relationship. It was okay. My health was okay. from the outside, everyone looks at you and says, everything's going pretty well for you. And only I knew inside that maybe outside, what they see, that surface, that physical, they can't see the truth of the soul question, the soul calling inside. I don't know where it comes from. At that time I never knew where it came from. So often it just comes in and says, what's the point? Is this really it? I was working in a restaurant business. Is this really it? Right? Just like, I cannot see the name. Is it Kika, is it? Just said, right? I had everything, but I was miserable. Exactly the same, because I would ask that question. So how do we find our purpose? How do we find our higher purpose? I believe we find our higher purpose when we start understanding how to start making impact. Because let me ask you a question. How many of you ever find that when you help other people, you're even more happy than you help yourself? It's soul fulfilling. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Raise your hand nice and high. Right? I have a double hands phrasing here. It's soul fulfilling. When we get to do things for other people, it's even more happier than for ourselves, right? I remember buying a home recently, and it was like, it's nice, and it's a nice home. I was happy. I bought myself a new home. But I remember when I heard my dad say, when he seen a Range Rover pass by, he said, "Oh, that looks very comfortable, doesn't it?" And I could look at him and say, "You want one of those?" He said, "Oh, well, it would be nice to drive one. I mean, it would be nice to be able to experience one in this lifetime, wouldn't it?" That's what he said. When I heard that, my heart melted. But when I could buy him the Range Rover, my God, it was more happy than anything I've ever bought for myself. It's soul fulfilling. Isn't it? And that's why I really believe that our purpose, the answer to purpose, comes from the service we do and the impact we make. I believe the answer to the word purpose, what is our purpose or highest calling or a higher purpose in this life, begins with the service we do and the impact we make. But it's a very interesting thing, this impact game, because it's never ending. Your soul craves it. When you do it, you get to do it every single day, helping people. I mean, imagine that. Imagine if you lived a life where every single day, what you did, this was your job. Your job was helping people, making other people happy, sharing your knowledge, sharing your passion, whatever it is, entertaining people, whatever it is, you make people happy. That's what you do. You share positivity. The interesting thing is, there is never an end to that. Your soul wants to do more of that. There's not a point where, I mean, think about it. If you helped your mom, you probably want to help your dad, you probably want to help your siblings. Some of you who have children, you probably want to help your children. Once you've helped your whole family, that's not it actually. You don't feel like, I've done it. I've made it in life. No. Your soul says, what next? And then you start fulfilling something greater. You start, okay, what about other people can I help? Who else can I help? And then you want to help more, and you want to help more, and you want to do more, and you want to do more. And when you are in the act of doing so, what is that? I believe that is light worker, the first word. I believe. How many of you class yourself as a light worker? Raise your hand nice and high. Okay. I want to start you off with a question, though. There's many me's coming in, okay, to being, I'm a light worker, okay? I want to ask you a question. How bright is your light? It's on low wattage, medium wattage, high wattage. How bright is your lights? Please type inside the chat. High, 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 medium, high, low, high, high, very high. Okay. You're probably thinking, how do you measure? Master, what is this question? How do I measure my voltage? How do I know how bright my light is? I had an old coach of mine, an old mentor. He used to say, everybody classes themselves as a good leader. But how do you know if a person is a good leader? He said, if you look behind and ask yourself, is anybody following? And if there's nobody following, or there's two people following, you can pretty much sum up how much of a leader you are. Because what are you leading? Who are you leading? Do you understand what I'm saying? And it hit hard for me. Because at that time, I only had a very small team. Now, I know everybody classes yourself as, my light is bright. It's bright. Somebody said, very high. Right? All you need to ask is this, right? Every day, how many lives do you impact? Positively impact. By counting the number every day, every week, every month, you could pretty much sum up how bright is your light. Is that not right? I mean, it's reality. I know you want, no, it's not. I'm very bright, but I just sit at home shining my light. You know, I know what you want to say, but no, I sit at home too. But my light shines beyond my home, my neighbor's home, this country's home, many countries and many continents' home. That's my light today. But I couldn't say that 12 years ago. I'm not saying it to show off. I'm saying it because you are here at the Light Workers Path to Prosperity Challenge. So if this you take as a slap in the face, oh my God. Oh my God. He's just took a shot at me. I said my light's so bright, and what he just said just hurt my feelings. If what I said just hurt your feelings, maybe because in actual fact, your light may not be that bright right now. Keywords, right now. Not a problem. Neither was mine. Do you understand what I'm saying? We can work on it. That's why you're here. You're here to see how you can live a more meaningful life. How can you serve a higher purpose? How can you make a bigger difference in this world? But at the same time, like, let me ask you a question. How many of you like helping people? Raise your hand nice and high. You like helping people. Okay? You like helping people. Let me ask you a question. How many people would you like to help? If you got a choice, you can help as many as you want. How many people would you like to help? Give a number. Okay, limitless, millions, lots. What is lots? 100,000, never ending, infinite, the world, 8 billion. Okay. Now answer the question to why you are not right now. I'm going to take a guess. Okay, and it's not because I want to call you this. This is just a little bit of an analogy. I believe secretly, your secret desire, your little guilty pleasure is helping people. I believe secretly, when you were a young child, you used to watch some superhero movies and you used to walk around the living room with your hand out like this, wearing a blanket on your back and pretending to be Superman or Superwoman. I believe once upon a time, you were a child who watched something like that on TV and you would play superhero at home. And I believe secretly, even though you've grown up, inside, you also want to be a little bit of a superhero. And that's why you like helping people. But I also believe that because of what you call normal life, the average life, the life that you need to face every single day, the work that you need to do, the money you need to make to pay your bills, the responsibilities you have, the conditioning that you have adopted through the years. Because of all of these things, you're not able to play superhero every day. Instead, you had to at some point just settle for being a part-time superhero. Because you've got other things that are priorities that you need to handle every day. You even have some things or some tasks or some job that you don't always enjoy, but I mean, what do you say to your friends? I mean, you got to do it, right? How many of you understand what I'm saying, by the way? I believe that every single one of you, deep down inside, you want to be a full-time superhero. So what is the point of these 5 days? The point of these 5 days is because I can totally relate to you guys. I was that person too. And it's frustrating. But when I, 12 years ago, was blessed to have my coach, my mentor, guide me through saying, find your passion, find your purpose, find your way in service, and at the same time, find how to turn your impact into income. Find how you turn your light working into prosperity. Guess what happens? You no longer feel that you need to be a part-time superhero. You can full-time dedicate your life to service. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? How can you do what you love and get paid for it? How can you serve people and get paid for serving people? How can you help people impact lives and get paid for helping lives? There's many, many ways, right? And YouTube is just one of them. I don't know if you guys are familiar with YouTube, but I was shocked when I first started YouTube. That was only in 2018, because I was like, wait there a second. I did not start YouTube to make money. In fact, I didn't even know this ad revenue stuff. And even if I heard of it before, I never knew it was going to be that high. Never. I never knew that doing videos and just posting videos, I didn't know that a couple of years later, every single month, I'll be paid by Google $40,000 a month. I did not know they paid that much. And I couldn't even wrap my head around, why are they paying me that much for just creating videos? Until I started to study, this ad revenue, that's how it works. Oh my God, all you need to do is just, you mean, and then I realized that my $40,000 per month was only an wincy tiny bit. Because then I realized, and I met a lot of other influencers out there who do gaming. All they do is just play silly computer games, these kids, gaming. I had to be a fully grown 30-plus-year-old guy when I realized, oh my God, I can't believe it, they pay on YouTube. While these teenagers have been making millions of dollars every single month. Every single month. Exactly, Shannon. Every single month. Every single month, millions of dollars just playing video games. I'm like, dude, why did nobody tell me about that reality? And I was busy standing in a restaurant frying noodles, 12-hour days frying noodles, making $5 a noodle box. And I'm like, you guys just playing video games? And you get paid by Google? Imagine that. Imagine being able to just do what you love, whether it's singing, whether it's dancing, whatever it is. And you have Google paying you that way. Then you have other sources. You have people building funnels. You have other sources, people doing coaching. You have other sources, so many different things, drop shipping, so many different things. And I'm like, oh my God. It was like a whole new world for me. But I'll tell you something about that world. It saved my life. It really did. Because before that, I felt so stuck. I felt so stuck, so depressed, to the point I felt suicidal. I didn't want to be here anymore. And because of that, over the years, not just being able to reinvent myself and my life and my lifestyle and be able to provide for everybody I love and care for and beyond, today I had an agreement with a guy called Bicep Sam. You can write his name down because you're going to probably meet him in the next couple of days. And I said, can you help me teach these guys what I do and what we do so that they can also live their passion, so that they can also change more lives and make an impact, and so that they can also be paid doing it, so they no longer need to do a job they don't even enjoy. And that agreement is that how 5-day Lightworkers Path to Prosperity was born. And so this is the second season. I'm extremely excited about it. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about it. And if you are, give me a big yes in big capital letters inside the chat. Keyboard warriors, please. Give me yes, 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 yes. And give me a born ready. Okay, we always say, if I ever ask you, are you ready? Your answer should be born ready. Okay, you got to always be ready because you never know when opportunities show up. Always ready. Okay, now, if we are beginning with this, I want us to begin very quickly before we go into the Lightworkers Path to Prosperity roadmap. Okay, I'd like us to start on page 3. Those of you who have VIPs, I believe you have this journal, okay, the 5-day journal. On the first question I want you to answer, what is the goal you would like to achieve by joining this challenge? Please, just take 1 minute inside there. What is the goal you want to achieve by joining this challenge? Please, take 1 minute inside there. What is the goal you want to achieve by joining this challenge? Gwyneth, Man is not here, no? Kaina is here? Then who is here to help you here? Okay, please, right inside this box, what is the goal you want to achieve by joining this challenge? Can you call them back maybe? Yeah, because we need AV. Thank you. What is the goal you want to achieve by joining this challenge? Okay. The second thing, once you finish that, I see a lot of people typing. Financial freedom, allowing and receiving. By the way, this program is going to be very, very good, especially those of you, well, there's 2 types of people here. The first type is somebody who's just lost and don't know what they're doing and they want a change of scenery. They want to do something else, right? Or the second type is maybe you're a coach or you're a speaker already and you just want to know how to amplify your reach. Are there any people like that? Are there any coaches, speakers, influencers already on this call? You're a person of influence, you're a coach, you're a speaker, right? This is really going to help you because it's going to give you a very strong roadmap. Very good, very good. Okay, there's quite a lot of you. Very good. Okay? So, the second box I want you to fill in is, why do you want to achieve it? We always say the power of why. Once you start answering the question, while my team puts some music on for you, you will be able to write down why you want to achieve this. When you write down why you want to achieve this, I want you to bring emotions into this. What does it mean to you? Why? For some people, it'll be like to be able to give my parents a better life. For some people, it'll be like to give my children a better life. For some people, it'll be like to live my purpose. For some people, it'll be like to answer to my calling. You know, everybody's answer will be slightly different, but what does it mean to you? Why? Have flow of income and have the freedom to share my gifts as a light worker. That's wonderful. That's beautiful, Kimberly. To learn strategies to launch my business, to inspire people through being a coach, being an author, that's wonderful. To be happier, to finally figure a direction to go, to live my purpose, that is wonderful. To help others from my heart, that is beautiful, right? I'm sure Kaina will put some music on for you guys to be able to help you guys out. To get everyone very good. To live life on my terms, that's beautiful. Okay? And then the final box on the bottom, I want you to fill in. When do you want to achieve it by? By the way, this scripting is extremely, extremely important. I hope you don't take it lightly. Even if you don't have the notebook, you don't have the journal, maybe you're not on the VIP list, it doesn't matter. Grab yourself a notepad. Please write this down. This is part of your scripting. This is part of your intention setting. And those of you who don't know, it's full moon tomorrow. The vibrations are very high right now. So the way you set your intentions and us doing it collectively, how it's received by the universe is much faster and much more powerful. That's why we chose this date for you to set these intentions. Okay? When do you want to achieve it by? Set intention. Somebody said 2024. Wonderful. So it's this year. 2024, this is your year. Everyone can write that down. This is my year. Now is the time. My mentor used to always say to me, and I used to stick this on the wall. I used to have this saying I loved. I stuck it on my wall. When would now be a good time? When would now be a good time? I used to have that stuck on my wall because every time I wanted to procrastinate, all I do is I look up and when would now, okay. Now would be a good time. Now we are alive. We don't know about tomorrow. We don't know about next year. Now we are alive. We must do it now. Okay? And on the bottom of page 3, it says, on a scale of 0 to 10, how important it is for you to achieve it. From 1 to 10, how important is it for you to achieve it? If you are writing anything lower than 3, I don't know why you are here. Okay, you need to really consider why you are here. How much do you want this to happen from 0 to 10? Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, that's your commitment. We will see. My mentor used to always say that. My mentor used to always say, talk is cheap. Whenever I used to commit to something, I say 10, confident, yes. He used to say, we will see. And he used to keep his eyes on me. So I'm going to see over the next 5 days, how many of you are going to show up all 5 days? How many of you are going to run through the finish line? How many of you are going to play full out? Again, you're not doing this for me, you're doing it for yourself. Everybody take a slow, deep inhale. And a gentle, relaxing exhale. Okay? Now, we're on page 5. Here we have the light workers. Okay, light workers path to prosperity roadmap. So this is the complete roadmap, and this is also what you will be learning and what we will be covering over the next 5 days. So today, what are we doing? We are learning the roadmap, familiarizing ourselves with it, so that at least we have the strong foundations to carry us through the next few days. Clear? Type clear inside the chat so I know everybody is clear. Okay? Now, very good. Okay. So, in this roadmap, there are 5 parts. How many parts? Give me 5 fingers. Oh no, 4 fingers and 1 thumb. Okay, I know what you guys are going to say, right? Okay. Give me a 5. Okay, so there are 5 parts to it. So the first part is message. Okay? The second part, number 2. The second part is the 3 P's. Okay? The 3 P's. Okay, that's the second part. The third part, please just write it down first, and I'm going to explain to you what they all mean in a moment. The third part is visibility. Okay? The fourth part is conversion. Okay? Conversion. The fifth part is, the final part is automation and amplify. Amplify. Okay? So I'm going to say that one more time while you guys are taking the notes, and then we're going to go through it one by one so you guys understand exactly what they all mean. The first one is message. Second one is the 3 P's. Third one is visibility. Fourth one is conversion. Fifth one is automation and amplify. Okay? Now, this is a roadmap. This is a system. This is something I learned 12 years ago when I changed my life around, where today I get to live my passion, my purpose. This is the system that also allowed me to build, I don't know what it is now, 3.9 or 4 million following online, or whatever. I don't know what it is now. It is quite a lot, okay? This is the thing that allowed me also to achieve a lot of wealth and a lot of abundance in my life. This is also the thing that gave me my freedom. I never used to have freedom. I used to be frying noodles every day, you know. And I want you guys to understand something here, because some of you might see some of those words. Oh, it sounds really complicated, right? I'll tell you something. I don't know if anybody here is like me, but I was the shy kid from school, I was the introvert, and I was the straight D grade student. Right? I used to be really, really consistent with my grades. Just consistently low. I don't know why. And I was just never that academic. I didn't like school. And why am I sharing that with you? Because I want you guys to know that from a kid like that, if a kid like that can achieve this thing, I think you guys can achieve it too. Right? How many of you believe that, by the way? Put your hand to your heart and say, I can do this. You gotta let yourself know. I know some of you think this affirmation stuff is weird, but you gotta encourage yourself sometimes, you know? I can do this. Tell yourself, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Right? Some people say, oh, I'm not sure, I can't, right? There's no such thing as can't. There's only will or won't. So say, I can do this. Say, I will do this. I can do this, and I will do this, and I must do this. I can, I will, I must. Let yourself know, I can, I will, I must. Everything that you wrote down on that first page, I can, I will, I must. Right? I had to chant that like 1,000,000 times to myself every single day because I was so not confident, you know? And I heard people talk about the secret, law of attraction. And I was like, what's that? He says, yeah, I'm beautiful. I'm rich. And I'm like, dude, does that stuff really work? You know, but I had nothing to lose because I was ready to go, you know. I was depressed. And I used to look in the mirror every single day and say, you're beautiful, you're confident. I'm confident, I'm rich, you know. And I was astonished because it was literally like, in 1 year, it was like a 180 turnaround, and people didn't even recognize who this person was, you know. This stuff really works. I can, I will, I must. Right? So what's this first part? Message. What's this first part? Message. I want you guys to realize something here, because some of you, just before, very confidently said, I'm already a coach. Right? Yolanda, I see you. I see Yolanda everywhere now. They just flipped the screen. I see her every day now. Tiffany has lost her. The moment I said, message, okay? So, what is this message? I want you guys to also understand, you all have a message within you. Every single one of you. You have a message. What is your message and where does your message come from? Your message comes from your mess. I'm going to say that again. Your message comes from your mess. Your mess equates to your message. Right? All you need to ask yourself is this. How many of you have ever been, okay, I'm going to write this, pain or problem? How many of you have ever been through a painful situation or been stuck with a problem before? Give me a me inside the chat if you've ever been in a painful situation, a hard time, a not happy time, or you've been very challenged with a big problem in your life before, right? It can be anything. It could be heartbreak. It could be, I don't know, you were challenged building a website. It doesn't matter, actually, right? It could be you had a problem. You were really broke. You didn't know how to pay the bills. You were in debt, right? It doesn't matter, whatever the problem, pain, okay? Should be every single person here, right? It could be your problem was at one time you were very overweight. You found it very hard to lose weight. That was a challenge, right? Right? That should be everyone. Now my question to you is this. How many of you ever went from problem to solution before? How many of you ever went from pain to pleasure before? How many of you ever overcame a challenge before? Like, how many of you ever, I was overweight, but then I lost weight, finally. I was heartbroken, but I finally got over it. I really sucked at manifestation. Now I know how manifestation works. I used to be a really angry kid. Now I'm peaceful. I used to find it hard to meditate. Now I know how to meditate. I used to be very not flexible and I couldn't do yoga. Now I'm very flexible. I didn't know how to play the piano before, and it was a problem, it was a challenge. Now I know how to play the piano. How many of you have ever overcome a pain or problem before? How many of you have ever been from here to here? Just give me a me inside the chat. It should be what? Everyone. Okay, now, that's your mess. This is your message. That's your mess. The transition is your message. Right? Somebody said they were overcoming drugs, alcohol. Amazing. Very good. Congratulations. It's a big deal. You went from a pain, problem, challenge situation to your pleasure, now solution. You got over it. The in-between is your message. How do we know it's your message? Because some of you will be thinking, what do you mean? I don't understand this. What? I'm saying, this is what you can use to change the world. And I know that sounds like a very big statement. What do you mean, me? Me change the world? What do you mean? No. I'm saying you can literally take your message and change lives with it. Because my question to you is this. I want you to think about this clearly. How many of you have ever been in whatever situation you related to when I spoke about this before, the pain, the problem? How many of you know that there may be thousands of people in the world right now in this moment who is still going through this problem right now? They're in it. How many of you know that there may be thousands of people still struggling with the problem that you were once in? Raise your hand nice and high. Give me a me, yes. Give me a yes inside the chat now. Everybody should be giving a yes. Amalia, Yolanda, right? Everybody. Will, Sophia, right? Everybody should be giving a yes right now. Now, if there's thousands of people that are going through the problem that you've gone through before, my final question to you is, how many of you think that those thousands of people may want to know from you? Hey, dude, can you just share with me, how did you get out of it? Because I'm in it right now. How did you overcome it? How did you learn it? How did you figure it out? How many of you think they might want the answer from you? Raise your hand nice and high if you think that they might want to know the answer from you. Take the same hand, place it on your heart, and say to yourself, I have a message. I have a message that can change thousands of people's lives around the world. You have a message. That is your message. Let me ask you a question. Do I have a message? Yes or no? Do I have a message? How do you know? You're learning my message now. Right now in this moment, you're learning my message. Right? Some of you have committed a whole whopping $27 to become VIP so that you can get lifetime recordings to the workbook, so that you can get the workbook, the recordings, the questions, whatever you get, right? All that stuff for a whopping $27. Right? Why did you pay for that? You invested for that because there's something you wanted from there. You want to know. You want some answers. True? But where does my answers come from? My answers came from, do you think once upon a time, I was stuck not being able to fulfill my purpose? Do you think once upon a time, I was stuck, broke, didn't know how to make money? Of course. And because I figured it out, guess what? Now that's my message. By the way, those of you who have attended how many of you have attended other classes of mine before? Yoga classes, manifestation classes, business classes, NFT classes, right? Meditation classes. Think about that a moment. Every single thing I teach is my message. And if it's my message, what does this mean? It means that everything I've taught, guess what? It's something that I was once upon a time stuck with. Once upon a time, I wanted to calm my mind, but I was angry, I was frustrated, and I couldn't calm my mind. I didn't know how to meditate. Once upon a time, I was overweight and unhealthy. I was not flexible, I was not strong, I was not had this stability. But yoga saved me, so that became my message. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying here? Your message doesn't have to be the same as mine. My purpose in these 5 days is not to try to clone myself. Hey, you should all be like me. No, you should not at all. Some of your messages, just what you've learned. Like you were not good at piano. Now you play it really well. Well done. Teach someone. There's loads of people stuck. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of you could be, oh, you were really bad with fashion, once upon a time. Now you're very fashionable because you learned fashion. Great. There's loads of people want to learn that too. Right? Your mess is your message. Right? Some people think, oh, wow, master, you're good at everything. What? No. Every master was once a disaster. You need to understand that. It's through the trials and tribulations when you learn. So you all have how many of you have a message, by the way, that can help thousands of lives? Raise your hand nice and high. Right? Now you know, and it could be so many different things. Now you probably came into this challenge thinking, I don't know what my message is. To now, I've got too many messages. I don't even know where to start. Right? Right? Where do I start? Okay, or how do I start? And that's where the second part comes in. By the way, we're going to be going through this tomorrow. I'm going to break it down step by step for you guys. How do you do the 3 Ps? What is the 3 Ps, by the way? I'm going to break it down now. Okay? 1, 2, 3. The first P is package. Okay? Second P is price. Third P is positioning. Okay? What is package? What is price? What is positioning? It's actually very simple. Okay? So, let's say, for example, I know that once upon a time I was not very good at singing. Today, I'm a superstar singer. Okay? Let's say that's the thing. So, what's my message? My message could be teaching people singing. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay? Now I'm like, okay, I just heard I've got a message, but now what do I do with it? The 3 Ps. How do I package my singing knowledge? How do I package it? What are our options? I can write a book. No? Can we do that? We can write a book on it, yes? I could film an online course. I could run one-to-one coaching sessions. I could run Zoom call group sessions. I could run an in-person singing event. I could run a singing retreat. I could give a singing mentorship 1 year. There's so many things we can do, no? This is all packaging, right? Today we're not going to go into the detail of it. I just want you guys to understand the foundation of what we are talking about and what you will be learning over the next few days. What's the best packaging to have? That will be your question. So which one? You give me too many options again. That's where we'll be breaking it down, what the differences are between the different packaging and what's easier for you to start off. Is that okay? If, especially for beginners, those of you just starting out, is it okay that in the next couple of days we break down for you, if you are a beginner, this would probably be the best model to start off. If you are already a coach and you already have some programs, this is probably what I would advise. How many think that would be useful, right? Right? Because over the past 12 years, do you think I've tested quite a lot of different packaging, yes or no? Right? So many different messages and so many different packages. So I have an idea, right? So first thing is package. You got to know how to package it into a product or a service. Into a product or a service. Okay? And by the way, I'm going to talk about that in a moment, okay? We'll just go into the second part first, right? Second thing is price. Now, pricing is where it becomes a bit of a struggle for people. Why? Because especially when we are light workers, a lot of the time when we are light workers, we feel like, I just like helping people. But charging people to help them? I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's ethical even. And let me tell you why people struggle with that a lot. They struggle with it is because of mostly their relationship with money. It's not anything else. It's their relationship with money. It's because for some reason we live in a very strange world. We live in a world where, especially for spiritual people. I mean, for spiritual people, hugging trees is okay, but, money, don't talk about that. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to detach. You're supposed to not be materialistic. You're supposed to not, have this evil desire. As they say, money is the root of all. And you're like, no, don't say the word. Don't say the word. But you know what word it is, we get conditioned for all this negativity. And that's how the system is. It makes us believe that. But I don't know if you've ever thought about it before, but you can say, no, it's not about materials. I don't care how spiritual you are, you live in matter every single day. You live in a material home. You wear right now material clothes. The food you eat comes from the money you say is evil. Even being able to give your parents or being able to give your children a better life comes from that dirty, forbidden money word that you don't like. My big aha moment came when I realized money is not evil. Money is not bad. But at the same time, money is also not good. Money is neutral. Money is who you are. Money is a magnifier, amplifier of what you are. If you are a good person who likes to make a big difference in this world, if you suddenly won the lottery, I believe you're going to help a lot of people. How many of you know what I'm talking about, right? I believe if you're somebody who just likes partying every single day, or you're, a big drug addict or something like that, I believe that if you have more money, you're going to do more drugs. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think that's what it's an amplifier of who you are. We just came back from our charity trip out in Kenya. I believe the kids are alive because of money. So what's my relationship with money? Money is good. My God, money saves lives. That's how I see it. Money not only feeds me, but feeds the world. And another problem is people don't understand. They can go all spiritual on you. Energy is everything. Everything is energy. Yes, so what's money? Energy. It's energy. When you give energy out, energy is not supposed to come in. No, we can't take money. Why? It's an energy. It's a replacement. It's a value for value exchange. It's a currency. It's a sea of this currency. That's what it is. It's supposed to go out, and this current is supposed to come in. It's continuously exchanging. This is energy out, energy in. This is give and receive. It's a part of the system. But once you start understanding how to get comfortable with that, guess what? You will have your second problem, which is, okay, I get it. I'm not saying I don't know why you just said all of that. I didn't have a problem with money, so just tell me. What do I charge? Now that becomes your problem, because you're going to be like, yeah, I say, okay, how much is your book? $7. I say, okay, how much is your coaching? Let's start off with $50. Then you're stuck. Because how many $50 you need to make to be a full-time superhero? You're going to have to still go to your job, no? You just do this on the side. Yeah, just sometimes make a few $50 here and there, it pays for a meal. That's cool. What if I was to tell you that how much you charge really has so much to do with how much you value yourself? We're going to go deep in the next few days, because you're going to understand that sometimes the biggest blockage for us charging more is that our lack of self-love, our own insecurities, right? That's why we don't know, how do we charge more? And is it right, is it not? Because it's our own insecurities. Because why is it that I know here there are 2 gyms? Across the road, we have a gym called Gymnation. A coach there probably charges what? I don't know, $50 an hour. Across this road, on this side, 5 minutes away, we have 7 Gym. A coach here charges what? $250 an hour? Let me ask you a question. Do you think there's a difference between the $50 coach and a $250 coach? Do you think they teach something different? If somebody said, hey, I want to lose weight, what's the 2 fundamentals both of them are going to teach? Hey, I want to lose weight. What do you think the two things are they're going to teach? Number one, they're going to teach you how to work out. The second thing, they're going to teach you what? They teach you what? Diet, no nutrition. Now, what about Beyonce's fitness coach? Do you think charges the same as these guys? Why? Because Beyonce's coach has a magic pill? How many of you think Beyonce's fitness coach probably works with Beyonce on nutrition and workout? Same thing. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? What's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. The difference is actually these two things. The way you package it and the way you position yourself equals your pricing. I'm going to say that one more time. The way you package your message and the way you position your message equates to your pricing. So that's why I want to dedicate one of the days to share with you guys, if you actually want to be more abundant with what you do, how to package it and how to position yourself so that you can understand where the value comes from. How many think that's pretty cool? Right? Otherwise, you can't be a full-time superhero charging $10, $20. It's going to be very hard. You're going to need to be working every second of every day. So anyway, these are the 3 Ps. After understanding 3 Ps, what is the next thing we need to learn? Okay, now you package, you got a product, you got a service, you got your pricing, you got your positioning. What do you need next? You need visibility. Everybody do this, please. For your memory's sake. Remember, the next thing you need is eyeballs. You need eyeballs. You need attention. You need eyeballs. Right? There's a lot of people who have how many of you know that you have somewhat of some positive message to share with the world, but if you shared it tonight, it may not go out to the world? How many of you know what I'm talking about? Right? Then what's the point? Oh yeah, I have this thing I really feel I want to share with the world, or I have the thing that I can change the world with. But you can't do it without visibility. What are you going to do? Oh, I'll just sleep with it then. I'll impact the world in my dream. In sleep dimension, astral traveling, hug some trees, I don't know, spiritual people, that's what they do, no? Right? What are we going to do? Can we have this screen back on, please, team? The screen, yes. Kaina, thank you. The screen back on, thank you. Right? What are we going to do with that? Right? So our package, our price, our positioning, what are we going to do? We need to know how to get visibility. And when it comes to visibility, there are 2 types. Give me 2 fingers. This way, please. Right? There are 2 types of visibility that you will be learning how to achieve in these 5 days, okay? What you need to achieve this, okay? Number 1 is what? Paid visibility. Number 2 is organic visibility. Right? Now, I know the moment I say paid visibility, you guys are like, oh my God, you want me to pay for some ads, or you want me to pay for some marketing, okay? I want you, next to the word paid, in brackets, to write the word invest. It's a reframe. In fact, you should stop spending. But you really ought to start investing all the time. That's what prosperity people do. That's what abundance people do. I never knew that in the past. I never knew there was a difference between investing and spending. I thought that's all money out. It's all paying for things. No. One's spending, one's investing. By the way, what does most people do? Most people in the world. All the people out there, what does most people do? They spend or they invest. Of course, spend. They all spend beyond their means. That's why people are struggling with money. That's why even nations are struggling with money. That's why even government is struggling with money, because everybody doesn't know how to handle money. Right? But you are not everybody. Everybody say, I am not everybody. Right? Let yourself know, you're not everybody. You're here. You're showing up here. Right? You're here to learn. You're not everybody. Right? When I write paid here, next to it you should write in brackets invest. Why? Because there is no strategy I'm going to be teaching you in the 5 days that is not sharing with you how to invest so that there is an income. Every single step that I'm going to be sharing with you in the 5 days, I'm not going to share with you, hey, just put some money out when there is nothing going to come back, because I believe in an exchange of value for money. Right? Exchange for energy for energy. Okay, team, if we can get this screen on, is that okay? Thank you. Okay, so that's paid visibility. So we will be sharing with you how to make use of platforms like Facebook, platforms like Instagram, platforms like YouTube to successfully do advertising where the advertising can pay for itself. How many think that sounds pretty cool? Being able to invest out, but it pays for itself. I want to break that system down for you guys in the next few days, right? The second part is organic traffic, right? So I don't know if anybody's actually interested in doing this, but we're going to actually cover a mini session on this on one of the days, is breaking down some strategies for you guys in terms of getting a bigger organic reach. Meaning, if anybody's ever thought of growing your Instagram following or YouTube following or TikTok following, organically, to actually have some real, fans or subscribers or followers that actually want to learn from you, to be able to reach the right people, right? Or for some of you who are really serious about it, if we make some time, maybe on one of the days, I'll also break down for you how I've done it on YouTube and break down for you some of the maths and let you see how much YouTube pays for how you do the things. How many think that's pretty cool? Right? Then at least you guys can see, hey, wait there a second, even if I didn't have a product, even if I didn't package it, even if I didn't even do the pricing, just with YouTube alone, I could even just pull in, by the way, I'm not joking about this, and I'm not exaggerating about this, $1 million from YouTube just by making some videos, right? And I'm going to show you guys, because I know that most people are skeptical mind, and I know that most people don't believe until they seeing is believing. I'm like, okay, cool, dude, no problem. So what I'm going to do, if I have a promise from you guys that you are not going to like screenshot and take photo of my own personal back office stuff and things like that, if that is fair, a fair deal, then I'm happy to actually open up my back office in my YouTube so that you can actually see how much money I get paid and things like that. Like it's upwards of $1 million just for making videos. That's just Google paying me just to create content. Is that okay? Right? Because I mean, I don't need to do that. And I'm not doing that to show off. Right? Because I don't need to. I don't win anything by letting you guys know how much I make. I don't win anything, right? But the only reason I would do that is because once upon a time, I was the skeptical guy. I was the guy who a YouTube coach, came up to me about 6 years ago and said, your YouTube, you don't know how to do YouTube, do you? And I said, what do you mean? He said, you have 500 subscribers. I was like, I never really focused on it. That was my excuse, right? And he said, yeah, I've got a program that can teach you that stuff. And I was like, here we go. He's selling me a program now, And I said, oh, what's the program? Come on and just say it, He said, yeah, well, I can coach you. And what did he say? He said, so I got a program. You pay $5,000. You get this program. It teaches you all the ins and outs, all the algorithm hacks, all that stuff. Or alternatively, I have a mentorship. It's $10,000. Right? I said, what's the difference? And he said, mentorship, I'm working with you one-to-one, and I'll help you with all the trending topics. He said, I'll even help you find the trending topics to make. And guess which one I went for? Which one did I go for? Right? I, I went for the mentorship because I was like, I'm figuring out myself by watching your videos. I'll probably never finish watching the videos because I don't know if I can kick my ass to make it happen. So I paid £10,000. It was the guy was from London, and was it a good investment? Well, it was an incredible investment. I mean, my return is up. Like I said, I'm going to show you. It's upwards of $1 million. Like, I think that's a fair exchange, no? If I pay £10,000 and I make over $1 million from the thing you taught me, I think it's a fair exchange, right? But I remember at that time, it's not like he said it's £10,000. I'm like, okay, dude, here's my money. No, it wasn't like that. I tell you, I was skeptical. I said to him, does this actually work? Right? Does it actually work? And what he said to me, he said, come here. He opened up his laptop. He said, look at this. He opened up his back office. He said, this is my YouTube channel. Have a look. In that moment, my eyes popped. I was like, WTF. I didn't know. What? YouTube pays that amount of money? What are you talking about? I never knew. And that's why I'm saying, if, for me to be able to pay the message forward, if I can just do what he did with me to make me see and believe, and if you see and believe, you can believe in yourself a little bit more to actually get your act together, to get your message out to the world and help more people, then I know my duty, my job is done. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I'm doing it. I hope when I do that, you guys will stick to your promise, and please, no screenshots, no videos and things like that, because I don't have to do it. Right? I don't want you guys posting, oh, Master makes this much, Okay? So I'm only doing it because I class you guys as family. Let's all just help each other and let's make it happen, right? So number 3, visibility. We're going to be learning paid traffic and organic traffic in these 5 days, okay? By the way, I'm going to be breaking down everything you need on these checklists every single day, okay? Number 4, what are we on to? We're on to conversion. Okay? Conversion is broken into 2 parts. Okay, how many parts? Give me 2 fingers, please. This way. Thank you. Okay, it's broken into 2 parts. Okay? The first part is called automated conversion. Okay? The second part is called conversational closing. Conversational closing. Okay? In the same way, conversational closing, in the same way, by the way, both of these strategies, whether it's automated closing or conversational closing, both of these methods, again, each one generates for us millions of dollars every single year. Millions of dollars every single year. I know some of you, these numbers is like just flying everywhere, and loads of skepticism is also flying everywhere and things like that. But like I said, over the days, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to, I'm not just going to do some fluffy, yeah, everybody believe in this stuff, No, I'm going to show you the back office to these things, right? It is quite crazy. But, we've had a lot of our students also achieve these results too. So, maybe if we're lucky, some of them may attend the next few days, and, you can see for yourself because it works. What is automated conversion? When people think of conversion, people always think, oh my God, that means I need to learn sales, right? And the reality is, nobody really wants to be the sales guy. How do you know what I'm talking about? Like we want to be the superhero, but can I be the superhero who gets paid without selling anything? Can the money just go into my bank account? So I know how people's thoughts are with like selling. Right? I don't want to cold call people. I don't want to knock on people's doors. I don't want to try to push people to buy things. I don't want to be this, salesperson. I understand how you feel because I've always felt exactly the same, right? But what is automated conversion? Well, let me ask you a question, right? Let's bring them on the screen here. How many of you paid for VIP access? Raise your hand nice and high. Let's have a look. Right? There we go. What we got? We got 879 people on here. 879 people on here, right? Let me ask you a question. You paid for VIP access. Did I at any point call you to make you pay for anything? Did I at any point sell you something? Not really. What is that called? That is called automated conversion. You guys just willingly seen something and willingly just paid for it because you want the thing. How many of you think that's really cool? Right? If you could do that with your thing. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, how easy is that? You don't need to go and cold call people trying to, hey, buy this, buy that. You know, you don't need to. Because, right, I know you guys are thinking, yeah, but it's like $27, right? But I don't know if you've worked it out. Look, I've got 800 and, can we bring the call back up, please? Right. At 870, how many? 78 people here, times by 27. That's 23. Hello. Okay, thank you, Sickling. That's $23,000. That's some people's 1 year salary. I hope you know that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That's some people's 1 year salary. Right? And there was no hard closing, nobody's trying to sell anything, nobody's trying to do no. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? There's no pressure there. You don't need to be a salesperson, but you need to understand, if I want to do this, how do I create that automated system? How do I make it automated? How many of you are excited to learn it? By the way, raise your hand nice and high, right? So that's what I'm saying. By doing it, it makes it very easy because you don't need to be a salesperson and it just happens, right? The second part is conversational closing, right? This is a little bit more technical, right? We won't be able to learn it all in these few days, but this is when it comes to, let's say, for example, if you have things that are a little bit more pricey. Let's say you have a retreat. Let's say you have a 1 year mentorship, right? If it's like 10,000 or 50,000 or something like that, it's like, it requires a bit of conversation. And now you guys are thinking, oh, this conversational closing, well, that's just like a sales call, right? But you need to understand there's a difference between if you are really selling something or if you're actually genuinely having a conversation because you want to help the person. We have many tests and many scripts that our team have gone through over the last 12 years to say, okay, this is like a sales thing. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, that's fine. No, let's just have a conversation. How do we make our ethics so that if we ever speak to anybody, we are genuinely from the heart, we want to help them. If we feel that it's not right for them, we say, actually, I don't think it's right for you. I mean, wow. And by the way, they would appreciate you for that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? And these are all conversational closing. And it's the best way to do it because that's for the longevity of your business. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of sales people, like hardcore sales people. They may get the business short term, but their rapport is very bad long term. Their repeat customer is very bad. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Because it's not because they want to help them. It's because they want to get some money from them. That's why. So it's very important. How many of you think it'll be valuable to be able to learn conversational closing so that if you want to have these conversations, you know how to have it very casually, right? So we're going to be breaking down some key things that you need to know if you want to do that. Because I think that we should be multidimensional. We should be good at different things, not just saying, oh, just automate. No, if at any time we need to have these conversations, we know how to have it. And what if these conversations, conversational closing, can be also adapted and put into a video form where it means that people in future, it can be automated again. Where people can just watch it and it just happens. They just watch the video and then they decide whether they want this service or product or not, without you needing to pick up the phone and speak to everyone individual. How many think that's pretty cool? Right? So that is the conversational closing. That is the second part of conversion. And the final part is automation and amplify. I mean, for me, this is my favorite part. That's what we're going to be sharing on the last day. Okay? Why is this my favorite part? because this part here is what, and I want you to highlight this, and next to this, I want you to put the word freedom. Automation and amplify. Automated and amplify, right? That's that was everything for me. Everything else sounds like I need to put some work into it. Automated is when you take the work, you've done it once, and you automate the system, and it's just there, and it makes money even when you're not working. In some other words, people know as passive income. I had an interview today on a podcast show, and we were discussing about this topic of money. And what I said that, you know, I don't think that everybody who wants to manifest money wants money. The reason is not money. The reason is what money can bring. That's what I believe it is. I believe, like, nobody wants the paper. Who cares about the paper? But people who want money is because of maybe the freedom it can give them. The freedom of choice, the freedom to be able to help who they want to help, or the freedom to be able to do what they want, whenever they want, with whomever they want. Like, I don't think we're fighting for money. I think we're fighting for freedom. That's what I think we are. We just want to be a free spirit. We just want to be able to enjoy life. And beyond enjoying life for ourselves, I think we just want to be able to provide for the people around us to also be able to enjoy life too. The people we care for, the people we love. I think that's why we're here. I don't know what your opinions are or what your thoughts are on that, but that's why I think we're here. And so that final part, I believe, is a big deal. That final day, I believe what we share and how we break it down is going to be a big learning. It's going to be a big aha moment. Because it's going to be the moment that, you know, if you implement it, if you learn it correctly, if you learn it fully, if you do it, it'll set you free. My parents are in the UK. Some of you asked before. I'm based in Dubai, yes. I like it here more. I really do. I mean, no offense to our Brits. I mean, British weather is lovely too. I mean, we get clouds every day, beautiful shades of grey every day, and we get to wake up in the morning and it already feels like night, so we get ready for bed the moment we wake up. I mean, we don't need to go, I mean, people always do these like cold showers and cold baths. We don't need to do that. All we need to do is open the window. Like, Brits are very blessed, you know. I've got nothing against Great Britain, England. It's wonderful. It has so many benefits. But the sun makes me happy here. And so I'm in Dubai. My family is in a small place in the UK called Newcastle. If anybody, I don't know if anybody from UK here. And it's wonderful. We also have a shopping mall. I mean, it's quite a shitty one, but it will do, you know. You can buy toilet roll there and things, you know, the essentials. But over this time, I've been, saying, maybe I asked my sister, why you guys don't move to Dubai, But some people are not so good with change, They're used to things. I asked my mom, my dad, they say their friends are in UK. But they like to travel, They do like to travel. And I'm in a very blessed and grateful position these days where I can say Mom, dad, brother, sister, everyone, come to Dubai, Habibi. And, let's enjoy Christmas, New Year, Easter, basically every festive season, inclusive of every Indian festive season, which means every single day. Here, I say, come here. And often I get some, messages from my sister or, some other family members who say, yeah, we'd love to, but, we're saving up for another a holiday in Thailand right now. And I'm in a very fortunate and blessed situation to be able to say, it's okay, send your passport details, then get it all booked for them every single time for the past how many years now. And this is not, I don't know what your idea of happiness is or what your idea of success is. For me, when I look at it and it's not I see my parents get younger every day. No. And so for me, it's not about my freedom even. It's about sometimes the small things. My dad said to me for some time, oh, my teeth is really hurting. I said, why you don't go to the dentist? He said, I already went. They want me to change my teeth. I said, then go change it. Yeah, but it's £5,000. Dad, go change your teeth, damn it. I said, what's the number? Let me call them. Let's get it paid. To know that, every day people struggle in pain and frustration with small things like this, and it's quite big to them. And to know that, and especially to know that sometimes it's your loved ones that are going through these things and still in somewhat of some lack or negative mind. And, and to be able to help them, it's a big deal for me. So why am I sharing this with you? Because I don't know why you want to do this. I don't know why you showed up today. I don't know why you're on this thing. I don't know why you're learning what you're learning. I don't know why you want to make money. I don't know why you want to help people, whatever it is, But, is the journey easy? I would say it's simple, but it's not easy. The simpleness of it is the strategies I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 5 days. They work. I've proven it, and many of our students have proven it before, so it works. Is it easy? Not really, because you got to get your ass moving to do it. You got to motivate yourself and discipline yourself every day to actually put the work. You're writing a lot of notes now. Oh my God, I'm learning a lot. But learning a lot actually will not make you very successful. That's the problem. That's only the beginning, I hope you guys will find yourself your reason why you would actually wake up in the morning to get the stuff done that you learn, implement it. Otherwise, it's a waste of my time too, It's a waste of your time and a waste of my time. And the thing that is going to get you up to do these things is your why. That only you can tell me and only you can figure out. I know why I do my part. I know why I show up every day. And I feel very blessed. And I hope one day you guys can be sat on this side of the screen as well and also be sharing your story and saying that, hey, I'm very blessed too now, And hopefully you guys can pay it forward one day. For those of you who don't know, but I'm sure you all know that this challenge, we are fortunate. We are so fortunate and so blessed to be able to say, I can dedicate 5 days of my time and my team, I can pay my team to dedicate their time to helping 16,000 people around the world for free. I hope you guys realize that. I mean, obviously the VIPs, they got the VIP deal, but it's free for the other, 15,000 people, And this is just kind of from the bottom of my heart, from my team, just a word of thank you. Thank you for supporting our channels and what we do, and thank you for showing up and, and what you do. And we will just continue to show up and do our part. And that's why we are here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. I hope you guys will enjoy tomorrow and get loads of breakthroughs through the next 5 days. I have no ask from you. I only ask that maybe in future, if you become successful, that you could pay it forward and help other people too. For free, that would be cool. Because some people may not be blessed with the money to be able to, attend such, $10,000 coaching classes, So that's all I have for today. Hopefully you guys learned something or picked something up, or maybe just refresh your memory if you've been through this challenge before. And hopefully you guys have joined the Facebook group already. If you have not joined the Facebook group already, maybe our team will put the Facebook group link inside the chat, so make sure you join that. Inside the Facebook group, please do create videos to share your aha. You guys a little bit better. Introduce yourself, where you're from, what you do, And hopefully we can get to know each other a little bit better over the next 5. Thank you so much for attending day 1 of the 5-day Light Workers to Prosperity Challenge. And thank you for your beautiful smiles always. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, a beautiful, beautiful evening. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Namo Himalaya. See you guys.